Good evening. Our headlines for tonight: Malaysia to establish more unsubsidized fuel stations along the country's border. Plus, MYAIRLINES to go public in 2026. And the Rainforest World Music Festival aims 20,000 patronage this year. I'm Lorenzo Isaac and this is TVS Nightline. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Zahid Hamidi wants more unsubsidized fuel stations to be established along the country's border. The main objective of this initiative is to counter leakages involving diesel subsidies. As such, the establishment of several of the said fuel stations has been agreed upon in Rantau Panjang and Bukit Bunga in Kelantan, as well as Tebeduk, Bangkelalan and Lundu in Sarawak by the National Action Council on Costs of Living.
Other proposed locations include Pangkalan Hulu in Perak, Johor Causeway and Second Link, Padang Besar and Wang Kelian in Perlis, and Bukit Kayu Hitam in Kedah, added Zahid, who is also the Minister of Rural and Regional Development. This initiative, he added, was the result of opteries conducted by the Ministry of Domestic Trade and Cost of Living since March 1st and will continue for the next 6 months. As of March 31st, a total of 3,424 inspections were conducted, where 92 cases of violations were identified and 88 were arrested. The total diesel seizures made are worth 3.02 million ringgit.
MYAIRLINES, Malaysia's youngest low-cost airline, aims to go public, listed on Bursa Malaysia Securities Berhad by 2026. Its Chief Executive Officer, Reina Teo, said the company is addressing several factors in fulfilling its objective. This includes leasing more aircraft and establishing more routes.
The airline has signed a deal for 17 Airbus A320-200 aircraft on a lease basis, while 20 narrow-bodied aircraft will be leased by the end of this year. He added that acquiring aircraft from the Airbus A320 family is significant to have longer and fuel-efficient planes in the long run. Currently, MYAIRLINES operates with a fleet of 5 aircraft and another pending delivery. The additional aircraft was meant to resolve many of the technical issues that had caused flight delays and cancellations. On establishing more routes, Teo said their 9th route will commence within this month, connecting Kota Kinabalu and Tawau, while market research is being conducted for a possible flight involving Sandakan and Bintulu. In regard to international destinations, it includes Singapore, Indonesia, Thailand, and Vietnam. Since MYAIRLINES was established, MYAIRLINES has provided job opportunities to almost 600 individuals, including 100 pilots. Teo said it aims to employ 1,000 workers by the end of this year.
The Rainforest World Music Festival, RWMF 2023, aims to attract over 20,000 festival goers, both domestic and foreign tourists. Minister of Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts of Sarawak, Datuk Seri Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah, said the festival will continue to showcase cultural heritage, cultural exhibitions, music and more from June 23rd to 25th.
Saya percaya seperti tahun-tahun lepas akan melebihi 20,000. Karena kita pun tidak dapat terlalu ramai. Kan tempat itu is quite limited. Kalau nak ikut hati, I wish it can reach up to 40,000 sampai 100,000. Tapi keadaan tempat jadi kita terpaksa.
Meanwhile, he further revealed that Malaysia Airlines has expressed interest to collaborate and offering flight and accommodation packages for foreign performers.
Difahamkan kita ada kolaborasi dengan MAS. untuk membawa performance.
The RWMF will feature 96 musicians from 12 countries, including local performers namely ZRV, Sukbini, Apu, Nadir, Steve Thornton Band, Sada Borneo, Tuku Kame, Nading Rhapsody, Gang Waklong, Buloh Berkoka at Adau, Meruk and Orang Orang Drum, as well as international artists such as 8 times Grammy-nominated artist Gypsy King from France, Big Mountain from Jamaica, Safi Theater, Tanzania, Rastak, Iran, Fasi Live, Maldives, Afriki United Kingdom, Chastustram, India, Rizal Hadi and Folk, Indonesia, Thai Fusion Sound Band, Thailand, and many more from Japan, Hong Kong, and Singapore.
Sarawak is ready to resume the direct flights between Kuching and Pontianak. Minister of Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts, Datuk Sri Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah said Sarawak has no problem accepting tourists from West Kalimantan and said the issue was due to Indonesia's policy.
Kita memang mengharap agar pesawat dapat terbang dari Pontianak ke Bandaraya Kuching. Sekarang masalah tu bukannya masalah di Sarawak. Kita memang bersedia untuk menerima. Tapi ini adalah lebih kepada dasar di Indonesia.
He further revealed that Sarawak has already notified the Indonesian government of its desire to receive tourists from Pontianak, especially those who travel to receive medical treatment in Kuching.
Jadi kita menunggu. Kita pun sentiasa memberi maklum kepada Konsul Jenderal di sini dan juga kepada kerajaan Indonesia kalau dapat dibukakan ruang tersebut supaya mudah untuk daripada Kuching ke Pontianak, Pontianak ke Kuching, untuk mereka yang datang sebagai pelancong ataupun mereka yang datang untuk mendapat perkhidmatan medical.
At the moment, the Indonesian government only allows flight to depart from 8 cities in the country, including Jakarta and Bali.
The Sarawak Foundation will continue to play a crucial role at enhancing the state's education policy, with emphasis towards implementing effective strategies that promote access to education, enhance the quality of education, and support the overall development of the state.
He will focus a lot on education, and Yayasan will be the main agency to represent the state. Has been giving scholarship funding for universities like Katin, Swinburne, ICAT, and all the rest. So we were told to work hard for the next 3 years, because his focus is definitely on education. In principle, Federal agreed to give Sarawak certain amount of autonomy on education. Of course, this one we have to negotiate. We have to work hard to get some autonomy. We would like to be very selective. Which are the areas that we would like to get some powers, that hopefully that Sarawak can get certain amount of autonomy in education.
He told this to reporters during a courtesy call to the Premier of Sarawak, Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Nopeng, at Wisma Bapa Malaysia on Monday. The courtesy call also witnessed Abang Johari, who is also the chairman of the Sarawak Foundation Trust Board, handing over the letters of appointment to 8 members of the board. The other 7 members include Sarawak State Secretary Dato' Amar Muhammad Abu Bakar Marzuki as the Deputy Chairman of the Sarawak Foundation Board of Trustees, the Sarawak Finance Secretary Dato' Sri Dr. Wan Lizosman Wan Omar, the Director of Sarawak State Education Dato' Dr. Azhar Ahmad, former Manchan Assemblyman Dato' Sri Gramong Juna, Chief Political Secretary to the Premier of Sarawak Fazruddin Abdul Rahman, and President of the Kuching Division Chinese Association Samarhan and Serian Dato' Richard Wee Liang Huat. The appointed board members will serve for a period of 3 years until December 31st, 2025, who are selected based on their abilities and experience in related fields.
The former Sarawak Immigration Director, Datuk Robin Lian Balanggalibun Tepun, who died on April 2nd due to cancer, was a huge loss to the state but has left a lasting legacy, said the Premier Sarawak Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg. Abang Johari said he had served both the state and federal government with excellence during his 18-year tenure as Sarawak's Director of Immigration, before retiring on July 20th, 2015.
Abang Johari also acknowledged Robert's contributions, who was instrumental in the setting up of 8 customs, immigration and quarantine centres CIQ and 2 immigration detention centres in Serian and Miri.
Datuk Robert telah berkhidmat dengan cemerlang kepada kerajaan negeri dan juga kerja persekutuan. Lepas itu dia menjadi pengarah immigration. Then he has done a lot while he was the director, especially in our border areas, improvement of our CIQ. Dan selepas dia bersara, Datuk Robert was a member of our Public Service Commission until he has his medical problem deteriorating.
Robert was also among the first graduates who hailed from Barrio Miri, which served as an inspiration to the younger generation in the area.
Selepas menamat pelajaran, the late Datuk Robert served with the federal government. Jadi, what is important is he was one of the few first graduates from Barrio area. Then that becomes an inspiration to the young to get further their study up to tertiary level. And he was one of the pioneers in Barrio. So to us, it's loss to us. But I'm sure his legacy is there. Dan saya rasakan bahawa para perkhidmatan awam muda mengambil inspirasi daripada apa yang telah dilaksanakan oleh mendiang Datuk Robert.
Robert passed away on Sunday at the age of 67 after 2 years battling cancer. He will be laid to rest at the SDNU cemetery in Seoul Kandis.
Coming up right after the break, Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim was successful in capturing the Chinese market, and 2 unveiled women became victims of a yogurt temper tantrum in Iran. Right here on TVS Nightline, stay tuned. Welcome back. Several leading Chinese companies have decided to make Malaysia their regional hub, marking a major milestone for the country's image on the world stage. Prime Minister Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim said he will reveal more details about the matter very soon.
Saya terasa seolah-olah ada satu lonjakan baru tentang imej Malaysia dan harapan Malaysia, kerana ada beberapa syarikat terkemuka, mungkin dalam beberapa hari saya akan umumkan, yang memutuskan di depan saya bila bincang untuk menjadikan Malaysia ini regional hub dia selain daripada negara China. Selalunya di negara-negara lain, negara-negara jiran. Tapi ini kali pertama beberapa memilih untuk menjadikan ini sebagai regional hub.
He said this in his speech at the monthly assembly of the Prime Minister's Department staff today. Meanwhile, Anwar described his recent official visit to China as an extraordinary success and attributed it to a cross-ministerial cooperation and team spirit among civil servants. He said the successful visit reflects renewed confidence among investors due to stable politics and greater transparency.
Bagaimana penjawat awam menyusun acara, mendapatkan kumpulan hampir 50 syarikat gergasi terbesar ini yang puluh-puluh bilion dolar worth, kadang ratusan bilion pun ada, yang boleh hadir. Saya pun lama dalam kerajaan dulu dan juga teliti dalam keadaan yang terbaru, belum pernah berlaku begitu. Belum pernah ada suatu minat dan kesediaan untuk berbincang dan berunding. Ini kerana usaha yang dibuat bukan saja oleh kementerian luar tapi semua kementerian terkait.
In Serike and Bintangor, a total of 24 new councillors were sworn in before the Deputy Premier Sarawak, Datuk Sri Dr. Sim Kui Hian. These councillors were a part of 64 who represented various political parties, including Pesaka Bumi Putra Bersatu Parti, PBB, Progressive Democratic Party, PDP, Sarawak United People's Party, SUPP, and Sarawak People's Party, SPP.
Dr. Sim emphasized the important role that each council member plays in bridging gaps between communities and improving the quality of life for residents in their respective areas.
Actually, you are the front line. You are the one actually to do all the work on the ground. So, especially the public expectation change. And the council for all the councillors, two important roles. One is municipal services. The municipal services such as street lighting, rubbish collection, roads, potholes, drains, cutting grass. All these are municipal services. But for municipal services, right, even street lighting, when the street light not working, right, they complain to council. But actually, SESCO.
The swearing-in ceremony was held in two separate locations, at the Serike District Council and the Meradong Julau District Council, MDMJ, where Thomas Geoffrey Kandawang was appointed as the new MDMJ chairman. Meanwhile, Wong Ziyang remained as the chairman of the Serike District Council. Dr. Sim also reminded them of their responsibility as representatives of the Sarawak government.
Public really look at you as a front line, even though to us, right, there are differences, SESCO, JKR, but the public don't care. The public say, government. So that's why, as a council, even though you're front line, you are so well known as a front line, we need to work together with all the other agencies. Because if the other agencies, right, don't work with us, right, the council very, very difficult to do.
Also present during the ceremony was Meradong State Legislative Member Datuk Ding Kwong Hing.
Soto, a traditional dish originally from Indonesia, a taste familiar to fellow Malaysians. Favoured by many for breaking off fast, the meal is synonymous with sambal chili ketchup spicy sauce, which many say it is not complete without the condiments.
Usually served with bergedil. However, for soto trader Siti Mariam Zanaria Ibrahim formulates the dish with her own twist.
Mostly kita nangka soto ada bergedil, jadi kami orang tu replace bergedil dengan kentang yang digoreng halus-halus. So rasanya lebih crunchy, kentang yang dihiris halus-halus lah. And kentang yang akan rasa lebih crunchy bila dimakan dengan sup.
She also revealed that the process to prepare the dish is time-consuming, and thereby her husband, Saiful Bahri Muhammad, would assist throughout the process.
Untuk bahan soto ayam, yang kita sedia maklum dalamnya ada ketupat yang perlu direbus dengan masa yang lama lah. And ada kacang yang perlu digoreng, kentang yang perlu kita kupak, kita hiris halus-halus and goreng. Ada tahu yang perlu dihiris dan digoreng. Jadi, memang preparationnya memang ambil masa yang lama untuk sebab bahannya banyak kan untuk menyediakan sikit soto ya. Okey. Rutin lah. Sangat rutin and sangat memakan masa tapi enjoy sebab kita tahu bahannya macam ni walaupun banyak bahan yang di-prepare tapi masa ya macam kita dapat agak ya bah. Kita fokus untuk sikit tu. Kita sambil merebus ketupat kita bergoreng dengan tahu. So time management yang penting lah.
The recipe, which is a family recipe passed down for generation, is adored by many, as many of her customers favored her tasteful homemade soup and spicy sauce.
Sejujurnya kami bukan penggemar soto and kami lama dah makan soto. Adalah dalam masa 5 tahun macam biarlah baru nemu soto lagi. Baru nemu soto. Tapi sebelum tu macam lama dah makan soto. Bila kami nangga yang viral ya nak. So bila kami nangga Puan Mariam Puan Mariam yang ngepost dalamnya pun Facebook ya lah. So ingin juga lah merasa. So bila dah merasa sekali ya memang belalak-lalak lah. Nang nyaman dengan sambalnya, dengan bahan-bahan yang dalam soto ya.
For Iril, after tasting the uniqueness of the soto, he plans to serve the dish this year.
Selalunya untuk hidangan wajib untuk raya tu kan ada tupat, rendang, ayam masak, lemang. Tapi bila dah merasa soto tu, ada dalam family kami orang yang pandai mola, why not jadi hidangan utama dalam dalam hidangan juadah raya lah. So bila ada kawan-kawan yang bukan daripada bangsa Melayu datang ke rumah kita, boleh juga merasa soto ya.
For Noailin Kadir, she serves soto annually during Raya Aidilfitri celebration. A soto lover herself had learned to prepare the dish to be served to her guests.
Dalam soto tu yang paling specialnya, paling penting sekali is sup dengan pun sambal lah. Ya yang buat kami suka makan soto. Kayak ramuan-ramuannya lagi dalamnya banyak-banyak. Ya yang pola kami suka lah. Kadang-kadang mun tem raya lah memang wajib kami akan pola limpun and mun macam hari-hari biasa memang kami akan beli.
Now on to some international affairs. A man threw yogurt on two women for not wearing their hijab at a store in the northeastern city of Shandis. It was later reported that the two women were arrested after being issued an arrest warrant for flouting Iran's strict female dress code, while the suspect was arrested for disturbance of order.
On March 30th, the two female customers entered a shop believed to be in Shandis near the northeastern city of Mashhad. A man then confronts them and pours what appears to be yogurt on the women's heads before he is confronted by the shopkeeper. Following the incident, President Ibrahim Raisi reinforced on Saturday that the hijab was the law in Iran. Growing numbers of women have defied authorities by discarding their veils after nationwide protests that followed the death in September of a 22-year-old Iranian Kurdish woman in the custody of the morality police for allegedly violating hijab rules. Security forces violently put down the revolt under Iran's Islamic Sharia law imposed after the 1979 revolution. Women are obliged to cover their hair and wear long, loose-fitting clothes to disguise their figures. Violators have faced public rebuke, fines, or arrest.
At least 2 sailors died and 1 remained missing after their center base Villa Boa 1 was wrecked off the coast of Cabo Meyer. Emergency services said on Monday 7 people were rescued 6 miles off Cabo Meyer. Fernandez added they tried to reanimate 1 man, but he ended up dying.
El sitio no estaba claro, la mar ya sabes, te lleva y te trae. Y bueno, he recorrido para donde yo he querido y ahí estaba, o sea, y mi gente iba con los focos y la gente en proa y hemos visto los aros salvavidas y pertrechos del barco y nada, hemos arremado y estaban los 7 marineros, 7 de ellos. Y nada, hemos llegado a ellos para el barco, les hemos echado chicotes como hemos podido, porque en esos momentos te comen los nervios y...
See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates both locally and internationally. For more headlines, anytime, anywhere, just head on to our official website at tvstv.my or follow us on our social media platforms. And that's all the time we have for TVS Nightline. I'm Lorenzo Isaac. Thank you for watching.